May I have the honor?
Certes. I know 'tis against the spirit of the mask, but there is something familiar about thee, sir. As if I have seen thee before?
Thou hast, my lady, though not to my favor. I come to thee at the behest of Friar Tuck, and for his sake, I beg thee to hear me out and not reveal mine identity.
Thou speakst in riddles. If thou didst boldly come here in disguise to win my heart, I fear Cupid's arrow has beaten thee to it. Besides, how can I reveal that which I do not know?
I will tell thee, but first promise to listen to my tale in its entirety before passing judgment, for the sake of the good friar.
For Tuck's sake I will.
Then no, Lady Marian, because I am that same outlaw that didst interrupt the hanging of Will Scarlet and take the Queen's tax money. Villainy, I do know, but not vilely intended. Of my good reason for my actions, I hope to give thee future assurance, but for now, I come to thee on an urgent matter touching nearly upon the safety of our Queen.
Go on.
The Sheriff, Sir Philip de Mark, not content with the tyranny he shows to all and sundry in this shire, means to stretch out his doleful arm, and with the aid of the Earl, pluck the Queen from her throne.
You wish me to believe that one of the highest men in the land, the Lord Treasurer himself, conspires with one of Her Majesty's own appointed sheriffs to bring about her downfall?
I myself would not have believed the Mark could dare so much, till I heard him boasting of it with mine own ears.
Heard him condemn Northumberland?
By name, no. But he speaks freely of his highly placed friend, and, if aught was before the Queen, might not Northumberland make a case for his succession?
He might. Though he has been in favour of late, he makes no secret of his contempt for the rule of women. But what avails the sheriff to speak the treason? Surely he has power enough.
Power in this shire. But were these plans to come to fruition, all England would become his shire, and that, most radiant lady, is not a land in which thou wouldst wish to dwell.
I see some reason for what thou sayest. Northumberland was most insistent upon including Stirling in this year's progress, and as Chancellor of the Exchequer, successfully argued against bringing too great a force to guard Her Majesty. He did say it would insult her loyal subjects to suggest she needed protecting.
Then thou wilt warn the Queen?
I dare not, no sure evidence. Though she loves me well, she will give this matter only one hearing. If she do dismiss it once, we will have no second audience.
Then we must find a way to make her believe. If thou didst hear this treason from the lips of the conspirators, would that be sufficient proof?
It might. Oh, but if the Queen were to witness the Sheriff's perfidy, she might be readier to believe worse news of his character.
It should not be difficult to goad the Sheriff into an expression of his contempt for the peasantry. His brutality ever simmers below the surface. There is to be a chess match at 1 o'clock between the Sheriff and his guards. Canst thou be there?
I can. But thou must not suffer innocents to be harmed merely to convince me.
My lady, I will not. My men and I shall take it upon ourselves to attract the Sheriff's attention. Sadly, it will require that the Queen think even less of me than she does already. But I might yet mend her bad opinion, with thine assistance.
I have given thee the benefit of the doubt for the sake of the good friar. Then now I give it thee myself.
I hope never to give thee cause to feel thy trust misplaced. And now I must put on an antic disposition to goad the Sheriff into recklessness. If thou wilt pardon me, I should begin by relieving thee of that lovely brooch, with thy permission.
I will not, lest thou makes me a promise.
For you, sweet lady, or the stars, if I could.
Pray be careful. For if any harm were to befall on thee, the stars would mean nothing.
Our next...
Young courtiers in love. Our next dance shall be a volta.
Charming.
Musicians, prithee play us Gathering Peas cards. Mr. Walter, thou art such charmer.
We ourselves seem to be lacking our purse. Sheriff, what is the meaning of this?
Do not blame the sheriff, Majesty. Sir Philip hath not the capacity to act as lawman and dancing master all at once. The poor of this shire thank ye, ladies, for thy kind generosity. Farewell!
Don't get out! Save the boat! Go this way!
Sheriff, prepare from this that thou hast but a very tenuous grasp upon the reins of this shire.
Majesty, I can assure thee, this aberration will be dealt with swiftly and immediately.
Your Majesty, perhaps the Sheriff has insufficient forces to solve this problem. I suggest that we send to London for more forces immediately.
No, I'm sure the Sheriff has things well in hand. This Robin Hood seems to be more a jokester than anything else. After all, no harm was done or even threatened.
Wilt thou shalt be deaf in mine own ear? Thy confidence is much misplaced, Northumberland. Fortunately, the peace of mind of my ladies is not thy responsibility, but mine, and if we so determine that the sheriff is not equal to the task set before him, then fear not but that his speedy removal from office will follow. Have I stated the matter plainly enough, Mark?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Good. Then we look forward to the swift return of our tax money, jewels, and sundries, and to the rectification of thine incompetence. Come, ladies, a cup of wine will alleviate thy distress.
My lords and ladies, these proceedings have ended. God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
God save the King.